Hi, welcome to Books and Bocadillos. My name is Mariandrea, and I wasn't planning to film a video today, but here I am. I changed my mind about not recording a video today because I actually finished something that I wanted to talk to someone about, and why not here? Why not now? So, I mentioned in a previous video that I had started reading this graphic novel, Supper Club, by Jackie Morrow, and I finished it today. I was really excited to read this because I have been wanting to start a supper club, and in December, approached a new friend that I made in the last year, who's also vegan, about starting a supper club. We often text and share like recipes or foodie pics or coupons, sales on vegetables with each other, and it's lovely to have someone that gets gets your food interests. And so she and I are starting our supper club in actually this weekend, this Sunday. We'll be doing like the first Sunday of the month supper club, and I wanted to read this before I started my own supper club because I just wanted to get some inspiration. Now, I mentioned that this book, when I picked it up, well, one, this was a free book. I got this as a freebie, part of a book sale. Um, the back says it's a foodie infused friendship drama that's equal parts Babysitter's Club and Relish. Supper Club is perfect for Raina Telgemeier readers. The Raina Telgemeier series is a middle grade series I've never read. I've seen the books, and my nieces have read the books and loved them, but I have never read the books. But I am a fan of the Babysitters Club, and I love Relish, and I have Relish right here. I do own it in my collection. Relish is also it's a graphic memoir, and it's a beautiful story. Um, it's the subtitle is "My Life in the Kitchen" by Lucy Knisley. Um, One thing that I love about Relish, so the art style in Relish, I don't want to drop my little stack that I have on my lap. The art style for Relish is it's not as colorful. There's more white on the page. It's more like in comic strip kind of. Well, these pages are not comic strip style, but you see there's a lot of white on the page, and the colors tend to be pretty primary. This is very easy on the eyes. It is very comforting. It's a very comforting read. It's a memoir. It tells the story of a family um, through food. There's a lot of food in here. Um, just like a random page. There's the family sitting around a table, and there's this part says, we ate in nice restaurants. The food was delicious, but it couldn't quite compare to the cheap food we had discovered in our explorations through town. And it has like pollo con mole poblano, tortilla soup, empanadas, guacamole, enchiladas. And so it has like all the different foods. Um, it has sections like this where it's the only thing that could possibly give me cause to refuse a meal is the addition of Miracle Whip, the one definitive tasty killer that will ruin everything. Rawr, the Miracle Whip bottle. And it has like the worst meal, and it actually shows like, like the kitchen, the prepping a meal, um, the deciding what to make, like getting on the computer, looking for recipes. Very relatable if you're a foodie. And there's like food everywhere. Like this is before I left Chicago, there were a lot of good bites to make, and it's like all the foods. Um, there's talk about like how to make mushrooms, and it actually tells you like this is how you make the mushrooms. This is what you'll need. You'll need a spatula. You'll need a dish towel. You need a big plate. And a glass of something nice to drink. And then it's like how to buy mushrooms, and it'll tell you like the different kinds of mushrooms. And so this is a foodie a foodie memoir. This is delightful. If you love food, if you love recipes, if you love cooking, this is a delightful read. It's so cozy, it's so comforting, it's beautiful, it's easy on the eyes. I absolutely love this. I bought it years ago. I read it. I have it on my like special with my special cookbooks. It's not a cookbook, but it is one that I just really like really cherish. I would say really relish, really cherish. I could go on like there's a summer pickle recipe in here, like how to pickle. Uh, like there's so much good stuff for foodies in this graphic memoir. Highly recommend. This for me was 5 stars. So I wanted to love Supper Club, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. This has a lot more color. I'll show you my favorite spread. This was my favorite spread. I love these colors. I love the palette. It's very wintry and it's very girly. Um, it's a story about a group of girls that are about to graduate high school and they're really nervous about, well, they're looking at their senior year schedules and they don't have any classes together and they have the pressures of going to college and they have struggles within their family systems. So there's a core of like three best friends, and then there's a few other friends that kind of come in and out. But the core is the three. And you get glimpses of their family life. You get more like about one particular character. But I think one thing that I really wanted was more of a, not a resolution, because I don't need to have a resolution, but it left me wondering like with kind of background characters, well, what happened to him, and is this person going to be okay? You know, you see them in the hospital and then you're like, well, are they okay? And one of the main characters, she experiences a panic attack while she's taking a test, like one of those standardized academic tests that you take for college admission. And she panics. She has a panic attack and she runs out and she doesn't complete the test. And there's never any resolution about, well, what happened? Did she have to retake this test? I mean, this was her retake of the original. Like she missed the original date and then she went to go retake this test and then she has this panic attack and like has to leave. And I felt like that was really important to show the mental health pieces of anxiety and what happens when you are very anxious, what happens when you experience a panic attack, what that might look like. Um, but for someone that really cares about my characters, I really wanted to know what ended up happening. Like, how did she get into college? Like, what, you know, at the end of this, there were things that didn't get, again, not resolved, but that I at least know, like, are these characters, did these characters um, achieve their goals? Did these characters come out of the difficult situations that they experienced in the course of this book? It's a very short book. I actually read it in a day and a half. Um, Also, another thing that I was kind of disappointed in, there's food. There's not food on every page, um, but there is some food, but there are no recipes. So if you're like, for example, I'm just trying to get to like, okay, chapter 2, rainbow cookies. The rainbow cookies, you actually do get to see how they make the cookies, and there is a recipe for those cookies in the back. So there's 3 recipes in the back of the 3 meals. So there's the rainbow cookies, and then there's a recipe for braised pork ribs, and there's a recipe for 3 cheese mac and cheese. There were other ones that it was like chapter 10 with the black bean stew, but there's no recipe for the black bean stew. There's mention of, oh, she's making a black bean stew for supper club, but there's no actual like enjoyment of the stew. Like you don't really get to see the friends eat the stew or talk about the stew, or the planning of like, how do you decide to make a stew? What about the stew feels comforting to you? Or, like there wasn't much thought into like the meal choices. There's some that like the chapter was about, every chapter has a food, but not all the food is shown. Um, so I I mean, I liked it. I'm glad I read it, but I feel a little disappointed. I really wish that it had more food content. Um, so yeah, there's no white, as you can see. Like, there's no white spaces here. It's very, very rich in color and art, and I love color and I love art, but it's very busy and very, very busy. It wasn't as like comforting or cozy as Relish was. So I also have to acknowledge that I'm not the target audience. This is a book for teens. I am a middle-aged woman, so I'm not the audience for this book. I think I would recommend it for people who like stories about um, coming of age, about high school drama, the high school experience, senior year, female friendships. Um, yeah, more so if you like high school girl drama, and not so much for the food related content, unfortunately. But it was, I mean, it was a nice tale of female friendships, and the importance of making things right with your friends. Also, reading this book made me realize I was such an easygoing kid, and my friends were such easygoing kids. Like, there's fights that happen like between friends in this book, and I've never experienced that as a teenager. I don't remember ever having like such a horrible experience with like friendship breakups or friendship fights. Um, so it just really was like, wow, I don't remember ever having that anger, that passion that these kids have in this book. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me or what, but anyway, I am now looking forward to my supper club with my friend this weekend, and I've been looking at recipes, and we've been texting and trying to decide. And I told her like the one ingredient that I really feel like making is pesto. I've been wanting to have homemade pesto for months. Wanted to try to make something around the Christmas holiday, and I didn't. I thought that would have been really festive because I like the green, and I could see like maybe some like Christmassy colors. But anyway, that didn't happen for the holiday, the holiday cooking. Um, but I'm still hung up on pesto, and I found this recipe, and I just want to share it with you. So I am looking through this cookbook. It's the Vegan Sandwiches Save the Day cookbook by Celine Steen and Tomasin Noyes. The subtitle is Revolutionary New Takes on Everyone's Favorite Anytime Meal. So it's Sunday. You want to keep it nice and easy, nothing too crazy. And I found this recipe, and I texted it to her, and she was like, yes, perfect. So I am going to be making pesto pizzas. So it's like mini pizzas using pitas. So you make the pitas, and then it has the recipe for homemade vegan cheese using unsweetened coconut cream, tofu, garlic, sea salt, liquid smoke, white pepper, onion powder, lemon juice, nutritional yeast, cashew or almond butter, and agar powder. So that's the cheese, and then there's like the pesto spread for the pizza, and this pesto uses fresh basil, one or two cloves of garlic, salt and ground pepper, some lemon juice, and some extra virgin olive oil. I did see a recipe for oil-free pesto in another cookbook. I might try that for my friend. I think she's not cooking with oil these days. And it also asked for capers for topping, and I love capers. I love that salty. I love capers and I love olives. So I think I would want that on my as a topping on my pizza. And we're going to do a salad bar. So we're both going to bring together salad bar items and just have like one big salad, and this will be kind of like a side, and then we'll see whatever else she brings. I haven't thought of dessert, but I still have a couple of days. If you have any suggestions for a quick and easy vegan, gluten-free dessert, feel free to share it in the comments. I still have a couple of days to look through. Maybe I'll make some ice cream, but we'll see. So that's my supper club plan for this coming Sunday, and I thought I'd share with you. I'm really just happy to read foodie books, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk again soon. Hasta la próxima. Bye.